Hello everyone, happy holidays. Okay, so this is my very first holiday series that I'm doing, and I'm very excited about it. So I am going to show you today, in this first video, how we can make simple and inexpensive holiday cards. We always need to make a lot of them, so I'm going to show you a couple tips and tricks on things you can do to make your holiday cards very easy, mass producible, and just a whole lot of fun. So I'm going to ask you all to disregard the chipped nail polish on my right thumb. And if you didn't notice, I just completely drew attention to it. But I forgot that that had chipped, and I did this first card with it, and then I quickly went and redid my nails. So I apologize for that. I'm showing you this pattern paper that we are going to use to make 3 really elegant and very traditional color themed holiday cards. So I'm going to show you, I showed you that, and then I'm going to use this nested tree die that I'm going to pull out, this die set from scrapbook.com. I'm actually doing a separate video on all the ways that I've come up with to use this die set. Die sets can be a little bit on the expensive side, but this one is so stinking unique. And so I am going to show you lots of ideas if you are interested, or if you have something like that where you can kind of stretch your supplies. So right here on the left-hand side, you can see I'm measuring it. The verdict is it's huge. So I'll link it below if you want to check out the exact measurements. But so awesome. All right, so let's get into our first card here. So what I'm going to do is take out this glitter cardstock. This is from scrapbook.com as well. I'm going to run that through my Gemini Junior, and I am just going to die cut the second to the largest of the trees. I loved the size of it, and I loved the contrast that this color cardstock, or the glitter cardstock, had on the backing that I'm going to use. I'm also going to take one of those sentiments from one of the paper pads, and I'm just going to cut that right out. It says Merry Christmas. I decided to use this sort of cocktail background. I think it's so bold. It's really pretty, but I wanted to cut it down. And so instead of a square card, we're going to go for a 3x6 card. It's unique, it's fun, and I just thought it was going to be a good fit for this. So I fussy cut one of those margarita glasses, and I'm going to use that as a little accent piece to pop up. I'm going to put some Barely Art glue on the back of my tree here, and we're just going to stick it down flat. Very simple, very quick card, actually. So I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to try to figure out how I want to do something to really spice this tree up. I went through a lot of ideas, but I didn't want to do too much on it. So let's walk through that. First thing I'm going to do is put my sentiment on. This is all aside from the die. I mean, if you can hand cut a tree this big, that's totally fine. And that's really easy to do. You don't need any additional dies for that. I'm going to put down the Merry Christmas sentiment there, and then pop up my little margarita glass. It matches because it's from the cardstock. Then I'm going to take my pops of color. I'm going to use the holly green color, and I'm going to use the white. Now, I've tried many enamel dots, many of these kind of liquid drops, and pops of color are by far my favorite. They come out smooth. They have a beautiful consistency. They dry super hard, because other ones I've tried will dry, and then if you put something on top of them, they flatten. These do not. They are amazing. And they come in so many different colors. And I also noticed that the glitter ones work just as well as the solid color. All right, that's it. I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to that glass, and our first card is finished. That was fun. Next card, I'm going to take some of that pattern paper, and I'm going to make it look like ribbon on the front here. Now, all 3 of my cards are going to be the same size, so they are 3x6. And I am just going to, I think that's 3x6. No, I think I'm wrong. Hang on. I was totally wrong. I just checked. It's 4x6. That probably makes a lot more sense to a lot of you. All right, I'm going to place this down using some Barely Art glue again, and just kind of lining that up. It's crooked right now. Mary, fix it. Fix it. The bottom is... There we go. All right, we're good to go. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to take some of this glitter ribbon, which, by the way, I have had in my stash since 2017. So I bought like 6 things of it, 6 ribbon things of it. Yeah. All right. Completely irrelevant information. Now I'm going to place this down right here on the center, and I'm going to do the same for the bottom. I thought it added just something extra, a little oomph. Again, making these cards simple. You can pull this stuff from your stash or go to the Dollar Tree, or you probably look around the thrift store. You can probably find some stuff there too. Doesn't have to be expensive to homemade cards, and it's so fun, and to me it's very relaxing. Next thing is I made a little bow out of that same ribbon, and I'm just going to use a glue dot to adhere it right to the center of my my little packaging right here. Now this is where it gets kind of fun. I take out the pops of color in the silver glitter, and I'm just running through some of those veins of the leaves, and then I'm putting it all over the holly. And it's just going to add a little bit of extra glitter and sparkle. The last thing I do for this card is bubble cut out a sentiment I had in my stash just laying around. It says joy to the world. And I'm going to place that down with some foam tape. Right there on the top where, oh, not, did you see that? I almost went total sideways. I'm just going to place it right up there, and boom, our card is finished. Again, simple, easy, inexpensive. We are moving right into the third card. I'm going to hand cut some tree hills here, because you see that little bin there with all those goodies? That's leftover holiday stuff. Does anyone else have a bin like that? Because mine is chock full, and I vow to work it down this year. Hence the holiday series. So I'm going to take my scissors here, and I'm just going to cut. I'm just hand cutting, no dies needed. I'm going to place the first one down flat. Isn't that background paper fun? It's like snow, but with traditional holiday colors. I just thought that was really fun. Now here, because I know I'm going to place my snow hill, like I'm going to offset it so I can cut off the sides, I just put the foam tape straight down onto the paper because I knew that's where it would need to go. And then I'm going to place my other hill straight down onto the top. That's going to come in handy because I'm going to place the tree kind of setting inside the hills. I'm going to trim down my sides, and then we start to put together. Now these tree dies that I'm going to use, I've had them cut out for years, and they just keep moving from one season to the next, one holiday season to the next. Well, not this year. This year they're getting used. So I'm just going to lay down all 3 of my trees very flat, and I'm going to pop up the very tip of this one right here so that it doesn't lay too wonky because of the backing. I cut out another sentiment, and I'm going to lay that one straight down onto the backing. And then we're going to take more pops of color, and we are going to add lots of snow. I'm grabbing another pops of color, and this time it is the snowy glittery kind. Official name will be listed below, but I'm going to add it all over on the hills, right in front of the trees. It's just so pretty. I love it. And the pictures you're going to see are actually of it still a little bit wet, but it dries and you can see a lot of that glitter. So it's a lot of fun. And that's it. Those are our 3 cards. This was so easy, so quick and fun, and inexpensive more than anything. Use what you have, buy what you love. Just have a good time with this craft, and I hope you all are enjoying making your holiday cards. I will be back in a few days with the next video in this series, and again, the theme will be stretch your supplies, make it simple, enjoy the process. So be sure to hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss those upcoming videos. Also, I will link everything I used in the video that I could find that wasn't just 10 years ago in my stash below in the description, so you can check that out. I will see you all in the comments down below and in the next video. Bye-bye.